Welcome back, everybody, to the Madden NFL 24 franchise rebuild with the Los Angeles Rams. We are still in the middle of this title defense, now 8-4 on the year, coming out of a 3-game win streak entering Week 13. In Week 12, we had one of our best wins of the entire year and a dominant win over the Vikings. 27-6, the defense played well, the offense played better, and we came out on top against a team that has given us some problems in years past. In Week 13, we have to face the 3-8 Chicago Bears, who have struggled this year, especially on the offensive side of the ball, only averaging like 17 points per game. Meanwhile, our offense is now number 1 in the league after holding the Vikings to only 6 when they were the top offense, and our defense has climbed into the top 10 for the first time since like the second week of the season. So things are looking up for the Rams. And we're going to get through the bye week here today and probably going to face either Jacksonville or somebody else later on the schedule. Through 12 weeks so far, we are the 5 seed just behind the Seahawks, who are right now holding on to the 3 seed and the NFC West lead because of their 8-4 record. Same as ours, but they also have the tiebreaker over us because they beat us right before we started this new win streak. Going into this game against Chicago, though, we got a breakout defensive lineman scenario for Brian Stewart, who has really come into his own in place of one of our pass rushers that we lost last season, Tremaine Candidates, and he's been solid in that role. So if he can get either 2 picks, force fumbles, tackles for loss, or sacks combined, or if we hold them to less than 75 rushing yards or 1 rushing touchdown, then he will get a dev upgrade. In terms of contracts, we recently gave our star quarterback a massive 7-year extension. He will be under contract for a very long time with the Rams until he's at least 33 years old. But we got to restructure some contracts to make room for other players that we're trying to keep around. So we're going to start off by restructuring Darius Richards' contract. And we're also going to restructure our center, Zach McCoy's contract, because we've already tried to restructure a couple of deals, so you can't do it more than once. But this should give us some cap space to hopefully bring some of these key players back, like Warren Terry and potentially Brian Stewart. I think he's also on the last year of his contract, and that is the case. And he actually does want to return. I'm not opposed to bringing him back because he is kind of one of the cheaper options we have. But we're going to have to let Bronson Thomas probably go because he does not have the high interest. Greg Teal, though, I want to bring him back. We got 41 in cap room off of those restructures, so we can definitely use this to keep some of these key players around. But I'm going to let BJ Traynor hit the open market and just become a free agent. I think that he's fumbled too many times. He's been solid, but just not as good as David Parson was. And he was on a cheaper deal than Traynor wants right now. For Warren Terry, though, he wants a pretty sizable cap at about $17 million. But he's been here since he was drafted. And I think he is definitely worth bringing back on a deal similar to this. So we're going to try and bring him back. And he wants more money, most likely. Oh, and don't forget, last episode, we re-aggravated the injury for Antonio Blackshear, our X-Factor rookie running back. And he's pretty much going to miss the rest of the regular season. So hopefully come playoff time, he can come back and be healthy enough to get the starting job again. This offense is absolutely clicking. We just bludgeoned the Bears 42-14. They only beat us in 4th down conversions and penalty yards. That is it. We led in every other category. Jesse Wagner, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, 286 through the air. Micah Moreland, former Rams backup, really struggled here in this game, 13 for 25 passing. He got sacked 1 time. Perry Kaysen scores on the ground once. Moreland scores twice, and Wagner runs 1 and 2. So does David Jackson. So a lot of rushing touchdowns, and David Jackson had a huge day through the air. 102 yards on 6 grabs. McCoon got 65, and look at Denard McCullum, man. 2 more touchdowns. I think he's got 9 on the year as our 3rd receiver. We did not get the breakout chance for Brian Stewart, it looks like, unless we held these guys to less than 75 rushing yards, which we did successfully do. So hopefully that means that he got the upgrade. And kicking, we still have not missed a kick all year long. And what's even better is that the Seahawks lost in Week 13, so now we have sole first place of the NFC West entering the Week 14 bye. That is absolutely huge. And we have a message about our breakout player, Brian Stewart. I guess because we allowed more than one rushing touchdown, he does not end up getting the dev upgrade, so unfortunately, he is stuck at normal development. We do have a weekly award, though, and it's going to be for our quarterback, Jesse Wagner. 29 for 33 passing and 3 touchdowns and 1 on the ground. That is a special performance. And we are for sure going to have to watch this game against the Jaguars here in Week 15 because they have an X-Factor wide receiver, Deontay McCloud. They are 7-6. They've won at least 2 straight games. But we're also picking things up. Our offense has improved. We're the #1 defense against the ground game. And really overall, this team is really stepping up these last several weeks. We have a breakout quarterback chance for Jesse Wagner, but he's already an X-Factor, so we can't really get much else in this week. Probably just XP, which could be good for him. Yeah, we get a significant amount of XP for Wagner. There's 1 or fewer picks and has over 400 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns like back in Week 13. Well, this is not going to be easy, folks. Perry Kaysen, our second running back, is also injured. So we're missing our top 2 running backs. We might have to cut somebody and sign a second guy to bring in at least for the rest of the season because we cannot have 1 running back going into this game against Jacksonville. I think for us, we're going to sign a guy that has had plenty of experience, especially when he played in Chicago for several seasons. That is going to be Channing Beal. 93 speed, 77 overall running back. He's got possess and catch for all hits, cover ball. So he's going to make the roster for the rest of this season. And we are going to be cutting George Feliz to make room. So here we go. Week 15 facing the 7-6 Jacksonville Jaguars. We're not going to start Channing Beal. We're going to give Trey Bone the main running back job here in this week as a rookie, a late round draft pick. But Beal will be the main power back and third down back, so he'll still get plenty of playing time. But I want to see what this rookie running back can do for us. We drafted 2 of them. One of them's out for the rest of the season, but Trey Bone is still here. And now he's got a big chance here against a defense that has been one of the worst in the league in terms of points per game. And my game just crashed. Let's try this again. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Week 15 is officially underway. And we're going to see our defense first against a top 10 NFL offense led by Trevor Lawrence, who in real life just got a massive 5-year extension. They're going to start with an empty look from their 21-yard line. Lawrence has plenty of time to throw, and outside he's got a man up the sideline. First down across the 40-yard line. 22 yards on the first play from scrimmage. Play fake on 1st and 10. Down the field, broken up by Darius Richards. Trying to go for another top receiver in CeeDee Lamb. They've got 2 X-Factor receivers with him and Deontay McCloud. This is why this offense has been so good this season. That's an offline throw. 3rd and 10 coming up. The Rams bring 4. Lawrence floats it and connects with McCloud for a first down inside the Rams 30. Got to be careful against this passing attack. Last episode, though, we played very well against Mike Kopp, who is, as I mentioned earlier, given us plenty of problems against our defense. We bring pressure, and Lawrence barely gets it away. Stack in the box. They go to a wide receiver screen for McCloud. Gain of 6. They need 4 yards for a first down. Lawrence steps up and delivers it to McCloud again, but now he is shaken up on the play. Six yards from the end zone. They hand it off for the first time. And Richardson gets down to the 2. Fullback dive, and they're going to lose a yard. Valentine, no chance. Daniel Levy on the tackle. It's going to force 3rd and goal. The clock is still not returned. They're going to throw it for the end zone. Caught, but out of bounds. And Jacksonville might have to settle for a field goal here. And that is exactly what they will do. A chip shot field goal to open the scoring here on their home turf. Here comes our first look from the offense. And quarterback Jesse Wagner, if he has a big day today, then he could get a big boost in XP. We start through the air with Deontay McCoon. Gonna keep it through the air. Wagner delivers it to McCollum, first down. Now it's a handoff, but a poor block by David Jackson, and Channing Beal had no chance. We lose 3. That brings up 2nd down and long. And we're going to hand it off. There was a hole, but Trey Bone only got 4 yards out of it. 3rd and long coming up. Got to get to the 45-yard line. Wagner facing pressure, and he's taken down by Snell. And the Rams are going to have to punt. Down below, the Niners moved to 7-7, taking on the Vikings, who are going to fall to 7-7. So interesting development there in the NFC West. Gain of 4 on that play. From the 30, time to throw, and a first down for Jacksonville, and a couple of broken tackles. Already over 100 passing yards here in the first quarter for Trevor Lawrence. He missed a couple of tackles. We've allowed plenty of space on these throws. Only 1 pressure so far against Trevor Lawrence, and right now this defense does not look too great right now. That was a 26-yard gain for Blair. They hand it off, and Richardson is going to lose even more yards, just like his last run. They hand it off again. Richardson cuts it back up the middle. We're still missing some tackles early on. And that was a gain of 11 to bring up 3rd and 1. Empty look for Lawrence. We're showing blitz. We only bring 4, and it's caught by Blair. Just inside the 30-yard line and up the seam. Right to Blair again, his 3rd grab on the drive. This offense looks fine without their X-Factor wideouts. Lawrence has so much time to throw, and this one just dropped. From the 14, Rams bring 5. Lawrence for the end zone. Blair is wide open. His tight end had a huge drive, and with Carlos Ruiz in coverage, he's not that fast. Jacksonville leads by 2 scores. Jonathan Dodson with really poor safety coverage in the end zone right there. With our defense kind of struggling here early on, the offense has got to step up here on their second drive. 151 yards to 6. That's usually how we start games, not the other way around. 1st and 10. Out to McCollum. Gain of 7. To the air again. McCoon across the 35. First down. That is going to end this first quarter. Jacksonville off to a hot start. 10-0. The Rams have the ball, trying to put a good drive together. From the 36 to open the second quarter. Going to hand it off up the middle. That's a nice burst of speed from Trey Bone. And he will move the chains. Just shy of midfield, a little RPO, and now we are into Jacksonville territory for the first time. And there's a flag on the play. I think that was offsides. Nope, it's a false start. We're going backwards. Come on, man. Trips top of the screen. We hand it off instead. Bone was very patient, but no holes open up. 3rd and 7. Wagner in the zone on 3rd and 7. He floats it. He's got McCoon open, and he is inside the 10. But of course he's shaken up. Just like Deontay McLeod. Come on, man. Are you serious? Gonna be seeing a lot more of Martez Kyle if McCoon does not return. Bone up to the 6. Second and goal. We hand it off again. Bone spins into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. But even more injuries. Now David Jackson is shaken up. Our top 2 receivers are down for the count on this touchdown drive. 3-point game, but it comes at a major cost to the offense. Hopefully both guys can come back in this game. Jacksonville returns it from inside the 5 up to the 22. A lot of injuries here in this first half for both teams. And McLeod's going to come back out on the field. Or is he? I don't see him here on 1st and 10. There's a first down up to the 39-yard line. Lawrence 10 for 15 passing. This defense has to play better on this drive. No way they're going to throw a flag there. That's a late penalty that's going to be on us. And they're calling pass interference. Where? I did not see that whatsoever. Deontay Presley called for it, and it's a first down for Jacksonville. That's amazing. Doing everything wrong right now on defense. That's broken up for McGee, or for Blair rather. Got to keep track on that ticker down below because Seattle right now leads the Packers 7-3. If they win and we lose, then they regain possession of first place in this division. A big third down right here to get off the field. You got to get across midfield, keep this drive alive. And Lawrence, incomplete, knocked away by the rookie Daniel Mackey. It looks like Deontay McCoon's back in the game, but David Jackson has not yet returned. So at least one guy's going to be healthy. But losing your number 1 is not going to be easy. The both teams missing pretty much their best offensive playmaker outside of their quarterback. From the 31, a handoff to Beal, and just a poor block again from one of our receivers. This time it's McCollum. 2 runs at -4 yards for Beal. We go to a screen to him. He gets a good block and a first down up to the 41. Wagner 8 for 8 passing. When was the last time he had a poor start to a game? In the gun on 1st and 10. Wagner has time, and he delivers a strike to McCollum. There's a flag down, might be roughing the passer. And that is the call, so tack on 15 more. Demarius Snell with the penalty. We're up to Jacksonville territory now at the 36-yard line in field goal range. Bone has a hole. 5 yards. Gonna throw it on 2nd down. And a first down to McCollum. He's been heavily involved here in this first half. From their 25. Wagner facing pressure, knocked away. Trips at the bottom of your screen. The Jags bring 4. It's a short throw. 1 yard for McCollum. And on 3rd and 9, Wagner incomplete for Deontay McCoon. Very tight coverage. They're going to hold us to a field goal. Glenn Douglas from about 39 yards knocks it through the uprights. We are tied at 10 apiece. Still no sign of Deontay McLeod here ever since the injury. We're going to start through the air with a dump off to Richardson. A great tackle by Daniel Levy is going to drop him for a loss of 3. Going to keep it through the air. Another short throw to his tight end Blair. Gain of 7. Last play prior to the 2-minute warning, and first down for Jacksonville. Can we guard this Blair guy? You've had no success stopping him so far. He's already got 6 receptions for over 70 yards. There's CeeDee Lamb into Rams territory. The secondary right now is not playing well whatsoever out of the bye week. From the Rams 42, Lawrence hit as he threw it. But still no sacks for this front 7. 90 seconds left to go in the half. It's dumped off for Richardson for a short gain of 2. Got to go no huddle. They have all 3 timeouts, but they're trying to save them until they have to use them. Lawrence up the seam. First down inside the red zone. We have not seen this defense play this poorly against a team's passing attack in quite some time. They burn their first timeout, or their second timeout, I guess, and they're going 5 wide. Dumped off for Blair. He's going to lose 2 yards. Nice tackle there by Frank Drummond to bring up 3rd and 8, but Blair's got 7 grabs for 75 yards. We hold these guys to a field goal before halftime. Lawrence should have been picked by Richards. He just dropped it. That's going to cost us. The field goal from Atkins is up and good. The Jaguars are back on top. And that will take us to halftime, trailing by 3. Need a better second half from this defense. The offense was fine, but the defense was not. What about other games here in Week 15, though? Green Bay at Seattle, and they're on track to win on their home turf, leading 14-3. They're probably going to be 9-5 once this week is all said and done, so the second half matters a whole lot more now after that score. The Ravens are going to take down the Chargers because they're up 28-7 approaching halftime. Patrick Mahomes having a monster first half over there in SoFi, and then a 10-10 game between the Steelers and the Cardinals at the halftime break. Oh my God! Stump's gonna return this on the opening kickoff, and the Rams are gonna lead! We haven't seen this in forever, but a huge path opens up for Dwayne Stump, and he goes the distance. I wasn't ready for that, but neither was Jacksonville. Touchdown Rams to open the half. Do you believe it? The Rams take their first lead of the game. The PAT from Douglas makes it 17-13. Just like that. Dwayne Stump. He only gets playing time as the kick and punt returner. That was awesome. And the Rams lead just like that. That's batted away by Daniel Levy. A lot of passing here for Jacksonville. That one's broken up. Jonathan Dotson just saved a massive first down. And this defense forced a 3-and-out to open the half. Lawrence taken down by Finch for a first sack here in this ball game. What a start to this third quarter. Now it's the offense's turn to keep this momentum going. We start a yard shy of midfield. Bone has a hole. He sheds 1 tackle and gains 5. And still no sign of David Jackson here in this second half. It's stumped off for Bone, and we're going to lose like half a yard. Do not want to stall this drive here in no man's land, and that's not going to happen. Martez Kyle up inside the Jacksonville 30. He's going to have a much bigger role here in this second half with David Jackson out. So if he can make those grabs in traffic, that will really help this offense out. Really tight window throw. McCollum hangs on. He is a very consistent player, man. 7 receptions for 55 yards. And we are inside the Jacksonville 15. Wagner stays in the zone. Plenty of time to throw for the end zone. Caught by McCollum. That is his 10th of the season. And the Rams go up by multiple scores to open the second half. A completely different story than the first half. What a shift. This right here is exactly how you respond to a quick start from your opponent. It was 10-0 Jacksonville. We climb back in. Now we open this third quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns and getting a big 3-and-out against their offense. That was behind his receiver. From the 32, Lawrence steps up and takes off. 7-yard run. Crucial third down, but Richardson has a hole. And a first down across the 45. We got Darius Richards back in the zone here. Lawrence looks his way and it's broken up by Richards. Could have been picked. On second down, they go to a screen across midfield. And 3rd and 3 coming up. They're outside of field goal range. Richardson has room on the outside. 13 yards. 32 passes to 8 runs. Here's number 9. Jones gains 2. Rams show blitz. Levy backs off. And Richardson up to the 26. They've had plenty of third downs on this drive so far. They've converted all of them. And they're not going to stop here. CeeDee Lamb hangs on inside the red zone. Lawrence hands it off. Jones with a nice gain of 8. All of a sudden, this run defense not playing too well when they were great there in the first half. This is the number 1 rushing defense in the league as of this week. They're going to hand it off again. Richardson, nothing. Another third down for Jacksonville. Richardson converts it. Down at the 5. Under 90 seconds to go. Richardson stuffed for a loss. It's Carl Graham. Can we put together one more goal line stance? Lawrence flushed out, and he has to throw it away. 7 yards out on third down. Lawrence way off the mark. Not sure who the target was. And they will settle for a field goal to make it an 8-point game approaching the end of this third quarter. Atkins, 3 for 3 on field goals. That is now 2 huge red zone stops for this defense here in this game. 1 in either half. We start with a BJ Traynor first, and that's his first grab of the entire game. Last play of the third quarter. Beal gets outside and goes for 4. Go to the fourth quarter, leading by 8. 24-16 with the ball. From the 37, we open up with a run. Beal with some great patience and great ball carrier vision. He runs for a first down. And it seems like both David Jackson and Deontay McCloud are going to be out for the rest of this game. Neither guy has returned for either team. So hopefully David Jackson's not out for more than like 1 week. If he is, then we're missing both our number 1 running back and number 1 wide receiver, which is not going to help out the offense at all approaching the end of the season. Beal is not getting great blocking here. Long way to go on third down. Wagner pressured from behind, and he zips it wide open. Traynor touchdown. 54 yards. A bust in coverage. What happened to this Jaguars defense? How do you allow him to be that open? There was nobody even close to him. And a great throw by Wagner right on the money. There is 15 yards between him and the nearest defender. That is insane. That is one of the easiest touchdowns we will ever have in this series. That was just absurd. We're going to start on the ground here with Richardson. He'll move the chains. They got to play a very clean fourth quarter to win this game. They got to score 2 touchdowns and not allow any more points by the Rams offense if they want to either win or force overtime. They're up to their own 34-yard line here on 2nd and 5. Lawrence has plenty of time, and up the seam again. Blair is having himself a monster performance. That will take them into Rams territory here inside the 40, as Lamb has it broken up by Drummond, man. He's been really good these last couple of weeks in coverage. A lot of pass breakups, hardly any grabs allowed. Lamb only has 2 receptions so far in this game. They're going to dump it off for Jones, and George Vance meets him out there for a loss of 2. 3rd and long for Lawrence. Pressure coming from Warren Terry. He has to throw it away. They're going to stay out here with 7 minutes to play. Lawrence delivers it, and he was just shy of a first down. Belser with his first reception, inches short of the first down. Thought he had that for a moment off the hit from Drummond, but I think his knee was down before the ball crossed the plane, and the offense takes over. One more score can end this game. Outside to McCoon. 6 yards. And off to Beal on 2nd down. 6 runs for 9 yards. Bone has been way better on the ground than Beal has, so I think going forward, well, I guess going forward, Cason's going to come back, right? Bone pushed across for a first down. Under half the quarter left to play. Jacksonville needs a stop here, but they're not going to get one. Trainer for a first down. Jesse Wagner, 20 for 25 passing. Over 250 yards. Not going to get to the 400 scrimmage yards that we were looking for to get the big XP boost. But he is playing extremely well against this Jacksonville defense. Knocked away by Morant. 2nd and 10. Delayed give. Bone fakes out one defender, and it's just shy of a first down. Really good run that time. This defense, they were not the number 7 ranked team. They were actually the 23rd ranked team in points allowed per game. They've already allowed plenty here. McCollum with the big catch in traffic for a first down. And down below, Seattle is going to take down the Packers. They've got about 5.5 left to play, and they lead by 3 scores right now. So a big win right here in Week 15. Trainer inside the 10. 4 grabs only, but he is approaching 100 yards. And he does have 104, so both tight ends with over a Benjamin through the air, stepping up without these number 1 wide receivers playing that much in this game. Both guys only had, I think, like 1 or 2 grabs, and both got hurt there in the first quarter, I believe. 8 yards out on 2nd and goal. Bone stuffed. Out of the warning on 3rd and goal. Why is Blackshear in the game? What is happening? This happened last episode too. I didn't see any injury, but why is Blackshear coming in when he's already injured? He has a broken collarbone. The field goal's good at least, but this is confusing. The Rams take this one. After a slow start there in the first quarter, we pull things back and turn this into a dominant win against a team that was trying to stay above 500. 34-16, your final score. Despite being outgained by Jacksonville, the Rams put up 34 points and more than double their score. Jesse Wagner, a really great day. He was almost perfect here in this game. 2 touchdowns, no picks, just shy of 300 passing yards. A fantastic rating. Only got sacked 1 time there on that opening drive. Trevor Lawrence sacked twice. No turnovers for either player. On the ground, Trey Bone, 4.4 per carry. Really showed me something here in this game. He scores 1 time, 2 off that spin move. Both tight ends go for over 100 yards and also score, but Trainer had that huge 54-yard touchdown to really break open this game. Jadar McCollum, 1 touchdown, 75 yards. McCoon, 66, and he got hurt for at least like half a quarter there for a moment. And on defense, sacks from Quincy Basnight, Raheem Finch. They really played a lot better after those first handful of drives. And our kicker has been perfect all year long still. And how about that big kick return by Dwayne Stump? 99 yards for a touchdown to open that third quarter. That really changed the entire game. And as always, wins come at a cost in this series. David Jackson is going to miss the rest of the regular season, just like Antonio Blackshear. So now we're missing our number one receiver and our number one running back. But in this game, the offense played very well when Jackson got hurt. So hopefully we can keep that going these next couple of weeks. But it's not good to be losing your biggest playmakers on the offense with only a couple of weeks left. You're trying to really secure this division and a top playoff seed. In week 16, the offense is now up to just below 28 points per game. I mean, that was a really good offensive day against Jacksonville. And now we are in sole first place in this division. But Seattle, we got to play them one more time next week. So if we lose this game and Seattle wins in week 16, then we got to watch week 17. We'll figure it out next time around. Because if not, then we're going to watch week 18 against a very good Giants team who I believe just took down the Cowboys to move to 9-5. And that is the case. The Cowboys pick up their third loss. The Giants are right behind us now too. But thanks to our win streak, we are now the number 2 seed in the playoffs as of right now. Just behind Dallas. They have one game on us. So if we can finish this year strong, we might just come out on top with the 1 seed. Who really knows at this point? We're going to try to renegotiate here with Warren Terry. He signed his last extension, but it did take some time. It's getting real tempting, though. He's close. As for Bradley Lynch, I think he wants too much money for a guy that does not have much interest in coming back, so we're going to withdraw the offer for him and just let him hit the open market. We will try and refill that nose tackle spot with a guy of similar size, but it might not be easy. There's not many guys that weigh as much as he does. Brian Stewart, I think, is he worth a $7 million cap hit? That would bring us down to about $35 million without the Warren Terry signing. I think he's worth it. I think he's played well. He didn't really do much in this past game, but he has interest. We can maybe save some money, and he is going to sign a 2-year extension. And Greg Teal has been a monster offensive lineman for us. He has opened up so many holes for these running backs. A big part of this interior. I want to bring him back. And this will cost us about $14 million, or a bit much, or a bit more rather, because he does not sign it yet. We're going to let Ricard hit the open markets. We'll kind of refill that position. We'll let... Actually, I guess we'll bring back Sergio Webb because we drafted him, and I think he's worth bringing back as some depth. And then most of the other players, like Dylan Howard... Well, not Dylan Howard. I think I want to bring him back as the backup center. He's progressed pretty well. I think he's one of the better backup centers in the league as of right now. And he will stay. But I am going to withdraw for these guys that don't really have much interest, like Dexter Wilson. Will Barrington wants to come back. And I think... I mean, he like almost never plays, but I think he is solid enough to where the depth for him really matters to this team. In case Levy or Ruiz get hurt. Barry Fenderson we're going to let go. And then we've got Lawrence Burns and a couple of other backups. Not going to bring back Beal, obviously. Harry Kaysen we're going to let test. I think he wants too much money to be the backup. Demarius Randolph will be able to be a free agent. Same goes for Ian Alexander. Dwayne Stump, though, had a pretty big episode here today, but that was like the one highlight he's only had. He had a fumble towards the start of the season on a kickoff return, I think, or maybe that was last year. But I think I'll move on from him and get more guys that want to play on this team. Same goes for safety, but Lawrence Burns has been here since he was drafted. He's been a really good backup. Now playing behind Dotson at free safety, and I think a $2 million contract for him makes a whole lot of sense. And we just have pretty much one guy to focus on, or 2 guys to focus on. Warren Terry and Greg Teal, the last 2 guys that we're trying to bring back for next season. But this team, man, they're playing like a top playoff team right now. They're coming off that Super Bowl title and trying to get right back to that same game in this season. Wagner having an even better year than last year, it looks like, numbers-wise. We're getting good stuff from all of our running backs when they get playing time. Deontay McCoon has really stepped up as one of our top receivers here in his rookie season. And Deontay McCollum, 10 touchdowns, 9 for Jackson. I mean, we're just playing really well. Not allowing too many sacks this year. Only, like 8 in total, it looks like? That is insane. Through how many games? Like 14? Baznate's got 8 sacks and 14 tackles for loss. 3 other guys have 5 or more. We're creating turnovers in most games, and our kicker has been perfect throughout the entire season. 16 for 16 on field goals and 45 for 45 on PATs. That is something special. Greg Teal is going to miss this next game because of a practice injury, so in comes McIntyre. But a big win streak, trying to keep it going next episode, folks. That'll do it for me. Please like the episode or like the video. Comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.